I took a deep breath. I closed my eyes and I said to myself, you are committing yourself to a new journey. It will be long, it will be painful, it will be hard, but I know one day it will be worth it. So I graduated from UC Davis with a bachelor's degree in managerial economics, or as we Aggies call it, Man-Econ. And I chose that major originally because both my parents work in finance. Like my mom is a portfolio manager at Charles Schwab. She manages big money. My dad is in project management at Chevron, and I guess due to that family lineage, I thought that it would be a practical and straightforward major for me. And while I was doing that, I had a slight concentration and focus on marketing as well. I felt like that gelled well with my personality. I felt pretty outgoing. I felt like it was a major which had a natural synergy with me. But after graduation, I had quite a bit of professional trouble. Like the positions that I found myself in, they didn't work out. I only stayed at them for a couple of months. Like my first job was as a marketing specialist at this really small property and casualty insurance firm out in Sacramento, and I don't like to talk poorly of previous employers, but in hindsight, I suppose it should have been pretty obvious to me that it wasn't that great of a fit. How I originally happened upon Salesforce was that I was doing some soul searching, just kind of messing around on the internet, Googling future good career prospects for ENFPs, which is my MBTI personality type. And I was spontaneously having a conversation with a friend, and my friend, she doesn't work in Salesforce, but she has worked with Salesforce in her job, and she thinks it's cool, and she just nonchalantly one day said to me, "Hey, you should give Salesforce a try. Just hop on Trailhead. Yeah. Do a couple modules, see if you like it. Maybe you like it." I was like, "Okay, shoot, I'm trying out something new anyways. Why the heck not, right?" Yeah. And yeah, I did a couple of modules, and I think it was mostly due to the format that Trailhead is presented in, gamification of Trailhead, like how you can earn badges and points, and just and like it especially appeals to my aesthetic sensibilities, like just how Trailhead is designed. It was hook, line, and sinker. Yep. I was captured. I was a big fish on a hook. So I joined Bradley's Facebook group for Salesforce called Salesforce for Everyone. Like I said, to give myself more community, and it was around that time I was working on Platform App Builder. I got my Platform App Builder certification in November of last year, and in this Facebook group around that time, Bradley has started to make formal announcements about the Salesforce Career Development Program, which would come to be known as Talent Stacker. And like I said, I had that realization / conversation with myself about the certifications not being enough. They're just the first step. I need some hands-on experience too. I need some projects. I need some volunteer experiences, etc. And Bradley had made the announcement about Talent Stacker, and immediately I became intrigued because some of the main selling points were were the community, the hands-on projects, one-on-one coaching, some other supplemental stuff like LinkedIn and resume reviews. I thought that was pretty huge too. So as a package, those were the main components which really got me hooked onto the idea. And I saw a price tag and I thought to myself, this could be huge. It's a pretty big amount of money, but you got to invest in yourself. You know, you have to pour resources into pushing yourself and your career forward. It was the perfect format, honestly, because there wasn't a specific set of meetings per week that you had to attend for Town Stacker. It's like you said, completely go at your own pace, do everything at your own speed, do as little or do as much as you want or can at that time. It was perfect. So eventually, that LinkedIn networking connected me with this recruiter who works in my local area, and he connected me with this hiring manager who was hiring for what I later found out was a junior Salesforce administrator and developer position. But the first time that I interviewed with her, there apparently was some kind of disconnect, and she evidently thought that I didn't have enough experience for the position, and like 20 minutes into the interview, she was like, "You have a great background and experience, but unfortunately, you don't have the right level that we're looking for." And I was like, oh, I totally haven't heard that a million times over. Just keep my resume on file. And then a little bit later, I formally applied for Alameda County's behavioral health department's their open Salesforce administrator position, which I found on LinkedIn, and I ended up speaking with two people in the office who one of them is now my supervisor. It's crazy how that came about, because I did the interview with them. It was pretty long. I think I did decently in that interview. Immediately afterwards, I didn't hear all that much back from them, but then a couple of weeks later, that hiring manager whom I originally spoke to, saying that I didn't have the prerequisite level of experience, it turns out that the position that I interviewed for more recently with the two people, which I said one of those is now my supervisor, it turned out that a position that I interviewed with the hiring manager is the same position, and apparently there was a big miscommunication because it's not actually a Salesforce administrator position they're looking for. It was a junior Salesforce administrator position that they were searching for, and she simply did not have the correct information at that time. So we hopped on another Zoom call. Well, we had a rather brief third round interview, and immediately after that, she was like, "Yeah, I think your background actually does fit quite well for this position. Can you start Monday?" And unlike with my previous positions, I don't have that same dread on Sundays, you know? I don't have those Sunday scaries anymore. I suppose it's kind of a warm and bubbly feeling to almost perfectly match that Bradley's description, you know? Like I'm living proof of exactly that. 6 months to 60K.